And I tell you,
Yes, guys. Welcome, guys, to the closing acumen on the special Sunday edition. It seemed like our friend from Ghana is in the back. Uh, we're looking forward to have him come on too. There's a lot of things happening in Liberia today. The speaker has got burned. We are praying for him and his family. Uh, a torch and best wishes with him. God would like to welcome you. This is a special edition of the closing acumen. Our focus today is going to be on Ghana, the Liberian refugee camp. But even as we go through this time, we want to say that we are praying for the speaker, Honorable Jay Funati Kofa, and his family for the tragedy. Nobody passed, but it's kind of sad that he has got burned today. I mean, and it was really sad to watch it live and see how difficult. In fact, I refused to watch it. I could not even watch it. I was totally disappointed. But thank God that he survived. Thank God he made it. Thank God that his family and everybody's doing okay. But if you're just joining us, we'd like to welcome you guys. Jerry Hinnett, welcome, bro. Susan Pay, welcome, Susan. Uh, Liberian historian, my best platform. Welcome, my brother, Liberian historian, Ms. Yamcho Kanga. You always have a place here, man. We thank you watching from Minnesota. Christian Roberts, hey brother, how you doing? Nora Hope, Close and Acumen, welcome. Jeremiah Kule, watching from Mississippi Street, Greenville, Simon County. Hey, bro, good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Susan Pay, yeah, the speaker house was gutted by fire. I don't know what's going on in Liberia. Almost everywhere is every day. The last 3 months, all you hear is fire, fire, fire. But we'd like to welcome you. This is just a special 1 hour, 30 minutes edition of the closing argument. We'll be talking about the Buduburam refugee camp today. We'll have the current chairman of the camp. He will be joining us. I saw him earlier, but it seems like he's uh, 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 having connection issue. I hope he will join us tonight. We just want to talk and showcase some of the situation that happened. Yeah, I see Dennis Goyan Jane is in the back. Once we can get a clear photo of him, we'll bring him on. But again, let's continue to pray for the speaker. His home was gutted by fire today. It's a very very bad situation, and we do not wish that on anybody at this point. So let's pray for him. Let's keep him in our prayer. But today we actually just shared this is a special edition. We don't host show on Sundays, but it's just a special edition that we taught to bring to the attention of the people of Liberia, government of Liberia, and others to help us help our brothers and sisters in Ghana. I think Mr. Dennis Graham is in the back. We're going to bring him on in like 1 or 2 minutes, but we are we are on Hot FM, uh, Truth FM, all of that. But the latest happening in Liberia, we'd like to share with you. If the tragedy that occurred today with the speaker on Fanti Kofa, his home was burned. Let's keep him in our prayer, guys. Let's keep the speaker in our prayer. Keep his family as well. It's not. It's not easy when your home get burned and things happen. Let's just keep him in our prayer today. It's a very sad situation. Hope that. But if you are on, let's share it. Just, just in time. Uh, good to see you, Doc, Doc Basom Tia. Good evening, guys. So we are here. Once Chairman Kaba will be joined by other panelists, Ms. Grace God will be joining us soon. Grace used to live on the camp before. She will be joining us soon. My friend Corey, if he's watching, if you want to come on Corey Kennedy, we'll bring it on. And so we'll bring Corey on. But we want to talk about what we saw in Ghana, what was happening at the camp. We don't want you to miss it. We're going to share some pictures and everything with you and see how difficult it is for our brothers and sisters on that side. I know some of you have different view. Welcome, Mr. Dennis Goyam. Goyam, good to see you, my brother. You can hear me? Good to see you, Dennis. Can you hear me? We're not hearing you, Dennis. I can see you, but we can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So, we're not hearing him. Well, Rosalind Dix, good to see you as well. Good to see you, Rosalind. Good to see everybody. Dennis, can you hear us?
Good evening.
Okay.
Network.
Can you hear us?
I'm hearing you, but just that the network giving me a little bit problem. I'm hearing good evening.
I can hear you clear now. I can hear you very, very clear now.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, the issue, the network. Yeah. That's going to be an issue. Yeah. Yes, it's going to be an issue here. But as we were saying, we will bring you. This is just a special 1 hour 30 minute edition of the Closing Argument to reflect on the happening in Ghana and also the refugee situation. But yeah, once he come back, we'll bring him back on. But welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. We are on Hot FM and we are on Truth FM. But again, our thoughts and prayer are with the Speaker of the 54th Legislature, Honorable J. Fonati Kofa, and his family for such a terrible, terrible situation today. The fire that got at his home. We continue to keep him in prayer and his family as well for such a tragedy. But welcome, guys. Today is Sunday, and we want to showcase a special edition of the situation in Ghana. So okay, Dennis is trying to come back. The chairman is trying to come back. Once he come back, we'll bring him on, and we'll begin this. Somebody said he can call in, but you don't know whether he has that much unit. It's expensive using your phone and calling in. The network can be really bad. I mean, I was in Accra. Sometimes I would call home, and somebody else will pick up the phone. So let's hope he come on. Welcome, Big Smoke Good day, Williams. Uh, he said, my Liberian brothers and sisters in the diaspora, if you are building a decent dream home in Liberia, please don't put your house on LEC. It's not safe to protect your investment. I want to tell every one of you to use solar energy. Trust me before you regret it. Thanks. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, but God, it's good to see you. If some of you want to come on and share with us, we'd be glad to bring one or two people on before we start the show. Uh, uh, but while you're here, we ask that you share the show. Uh, 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 Share the show and to share because I know this is kind of a problem that on Sunday, but we wanted to showcase what's happening in Ghana on the Bujumbura refugee camp. We'll be joined by other panelists, Chris Paul and others, and we're just going to be here for an hour, 30 minutes. Once we get the chairman of the camp, I want him to talk to us about the camp and let us know what's happening, and then we'll share some photos and and just see how the best we can do to help the situation. So, but yes, we are here. Stephen A. Bass. Good evening, Closing Acumen. I'm following the show from Dakar, Senegal. Well, Stephen, thank you for joining us from Dakar, Senegal. Great of you. Thank you, and hope you continue to follow. But guys, let's share the show. I see Mr. Goyan is in the back. Dennis Goyan G. Uh, Dennis, you can hear us. Can you hear us? Welcome, Maxwell Golofati and Olujomoku Olushila Samuel. Let me listen to the closing argument today. Welcome, Samuel. Dennis, you can hear me? Yeah, we got to watch out for this fire thing. It's getting too much. Too many people. Too many people are getting too many homes. Too many people are losing their home. Dennis, can you hear us? We have Dennis Goyan. He's our guest. He's in Ghana. He's the chairman for the Refugee Council for the Liberians. In fact, he's the head of the Liberian in Ghana. So, Dennis, can you hear us, man? Welcome to the show. Yeah, I think he'll have to call us. He may have to go out and come back in. Dennis, we're not hearing you. We can't hear you, Dennis. So we're not hearing you, guys. Yatat Burnett, watching from the Sunshine State of Florida. Thank you, Yata. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching on this Sunday. Dennis, can you hear us? Internet is bad. You can hear us, Dennis? Yeah, we're not. Can you hear us? Well, we're not hearing you, Dennis. We may have to connect with the team and we may have to connect with the team and you may have to I understand there was a rain in Ghana and the internet, the network is just bad. Are you able to call? Let me see. Let me see what they're able to call in. If he can, we'll just have him on. But our goal is to just showcase what's happening in Ghana on the refugee camp and to just ensure that the Liberian government I had the opportunity to meet the vice president of Liberia, Honorable Jeremiah Pancon, and he assured me of the government full support to help these young Liberians, our family, our brothers and sisters return home. I know some are saying they should have been home a long time ago. They did not go home. They gave them resettlement package and they didn't go home and all of that. I know, but uh, that's sad. But even with what they're faced with now, something needs to be done, and that's what I've decided to showcase that today, so that we'll have uh, 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 somebody from the camp. But I wanted Dennis to come in and just talk to us about the situation at the camp in Ghana currently since I left. I heard they have gone back. They have done more demobilization of homes. In fact, there was a situation where a young a lady died. She was in the house and they were demolishing her home, and they didn't know that. And she she they wanted to mobilize the home, and she was there and died. But we are also following another story today. Sadly, the home of the speaker, on J. Fonti Kofa, got burned today, and we we empathize with him. We pray for him and pray for his family as well. But look, folks, if you're just joining us, this is a special edition of the Closing Argument. We're coming to you live from the U.S., and today is a special edition to focus on the plight of our Liberian brothers and sisters in Ghana. We are hoping to have for us the director of the Liberian refugees in Ghana, Mr. Goyen. Goyen is heading the group. He leads the Liberian in Ghana, and he wanted to come and talk to us about what's happening, what's the condition, what's the situation on either them uh, 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 returning or relocating to another place. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but that's why we call here. He's having a difficult time. He's calling now. Let's see if I can get him on the speakerphone. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Goyon. Good to hear from you. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. And you?
Good. Right now you are on the closing argument. You've been watched by at least 1,385 people all over the world. I must say. Tell us how's the camp right now?
Okay. Good evening to all your listeners. Since the intervention of the Liberian government, I think the camp is cool for now.
Okay. So when did the government come in?
The government came in on last week Saturday.
Okay.
And they were able to engage the Ghanaian government.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, they started with the lawsuit that we were supposed to be appearing to the court on the 11th.
Okay.
So, but when the government came in, they were able to withdraw that.
Okay.
And they allow us to still be in the school building.
Okay.
Until the 30th of May.
The 30th of May.
And the Liberian government, the 30th of May. And the Liberian government told us that they will start graduation from the 1st of May to the 30th of May.
Okay.
So by the 30th, it means that nobody should be within the perimeter of the border.
Okay.
And there are other refugees who still have the refugee status. They sent them to the western region to Senzonikiam.
Mm-hmm.
And about 15% going there, the rest of them still around here. They don't want to go there. And the Liberian government were also able to talk to the Ghanaian government about those people who were integrated in Ghana and their residents were having restriction to say, oh, you can work and do business. So they asked them to work on it for those who are not willing to go back home to Ghana. So the Liberian government interventions were, it was timely, and I think there's some improvement here.
Okay.
Even though they demolished the entire camp already.
Very good. I'm glad that the government have intervened, and because I know the vice president, when I met him, assured me that he was going to bring that out. So I'm glad that the government, but most of the places there have been demolished already. Where are people staying now? Where are the people staying? Those homes that were demolished and all of that, where are they staying?
People are still in the street. Other people's in churches like the Case of Refuge Baptist,
Mm-hmm.
and people's at the Women Center. And we added additional two centers, which is the Church of Christ and the Methodist Church.
Mm-hmm.
People are in all the building, and still people are still in the street. And at the back of Freedom Church, there are other people in the street. In front of the camp management office, there are other people still lying down on the street.
Mm.
Today the rain fell, and it was so bad for those that were outside there.
Oh wow! So you had a wind, and it fell. So when it rained, where do the people go? Where do they go when it rains?
Nowhere. They just stand around there after the rain. In fact, when the rain was falling today, some of them will be sinking in the rain because they know where to go because they are demolished almost everywhere.
Mm. Let me ask you, with their home being demolished, how are people eating? How are people getting food? Are people getting water?
Let me say this again. Thank you so much for asking. I think the people yourself came here and you did well for the refugees that are here. You were able to even yourself to haul water from the church to the school to every Baptist. We have been living on here now. Other friends that left from here, other relatives that left from here send food. That's how we get food to the center there. You were here, you were been through out, you were here when they gave the Lord's food that day, and you saw the atmosphere down there. And there are other individuals who really committed to the cause this year. They like to send the who started from the beginning up to now. And the other group, people that are sending money or people to buy food for all. Besides that, nothing else. They have broken all the shop businesses that people have. They destroy everything. So now people are living on here now, begging, people helping us out surviving.
But let me ask you. I mean, folks, if you join us, we are talking to the chairman of the Liberia Refugee Association in Ghana on the condition of the camp. So his name is Mr. Goyan is here. He's talking from Ghana. So if you join us, he's telling us about the situation in Ghana and the Liberian refugee camp. You said the government sent a delegation, but did they put in any kind of mechanism on whether people will be in providing food and water until they begin repatriating them?
When the government came, it was the first day they came was on Saturday or Sunday. They gave us some food, and on Wednesday they were able to give another food, and they promised us that within 2 weeks they were going to send some food again. And what they said to us, but you yourself know the numbers of people, the food they provide, we don't pick up for 2 weeks. They just said no, but it was what they have there because the condition is that government budgets are not yet passed. And they were struggling, even if without, allowing those kind of a thing. So we pray we'll be able to talk about the CR best to attend to all again.
How many people live on that camp, Mr. Goyer?
Our statistic, we got almost 11,000 people living here. But after the demolition of the display center, we got 6,169 people at the 11 display center right now.
You said 6,000 people. Right? Can you hear me?
6,169 percent.
Wow. So there are about 6,000 people.
After the demolition, some other people were able to patch with other friends outside the camp. But those we have in those centers, those 11 centers now, the data we collected is about 6,169 percent.
So what?
Since the demolition, we even lost one person who was affected by the demolition just 2 days ago. He was outside the camp and the demolition is how when he came by, he fell off.
Oh wow!
And he was unconscious until he died 2 days ago.
Wow. So where did the other 5,000 people go? Where did the other 5,000 people go?
Others were able to move into the Ghanaian community.
Mm.
But I have friends, I have relatives who renting houses already. But those who have nowhere to go, that's the number that they give you.
Wow.
But these are people you find in the street of Buduburan, in the schools, churches, and other places to think about.
So you are saying that people are still sleeping on the street, people are still sleeping in churches and school? Because when I came up there, I saw that over 30 to 40 women sleep in a classroom and the men sleep outside. There are sick people there. There are young children. The children are no longer enrolled in school, and people are just sleeping there now for shelter.
Still the same.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the condition still the same. The men are outside in the night protecting the women and children in those buildings.
Wow.
In the day, and they find time to go and sleep with them, but in the night, the time like this, the men are moving all over. In every center we talk about. So, because we have to provide security for our sisters and mothers and children that are here.
So let me ask you. When I went there were a lot of people who were sick. They could not walk. Some people needed medicine. Some people needed to go to hospital. Have anything been done? Anything been done towards that? Have anyone come up to step up, say they will take these young people to hospital?
No, the conditions stay the same. When the Liberian government came, they were able to identify some disabled, and I think they gave each person about 25 or 250 Ghana cedi, and to take care of that. Even it could not cover everybody. The few people were selected. But as I speak to you, still got sick people in the school building, in those churches, and you got people who can't even see. The blinds are all there.
And then there is a condition of Senator Grace. Good to see you, Grace. Grace Guard is here. She lives on the camp too. Grace on the phone is the chairman for the Liberian Refugee Association, Mr. Goyen. He's on the phone, and he's telling us about the condition. If you have any question for him, you may ask.
Hi, Mr. His name is Mr. Boyer.
Yeah, Goyen.
Hi, Mr. Goyen. My name is Grace Goa. I used to live on Buduburan, and I remember when we were on the camp. I've never seen people like bring people together, like the people from Buduburan refugee camp. How we were like, we were one family. We were surviving on that camp, but we had one another back. And for when people wanted to come back from Ghana and tell us the condition of the camp and also things that we already saw here, with them removing the people from the camp, we were very depressed, and it was just disgusting seeing how our people being treated that live on that camp, and we feel so sorry for what's going on with the Liberians in that country. Some people don't understand. They say, the people were supposed to go home ever since there was a repatriation program and they were supposed to leave. But we who live on the camp, we know how it is that when you live in a certain place and maybe some of the people on that camp are even born there, it's not easy to just pick up when you are established everything that you ever worked for in that particular area to just get up and leave and go to Liberia where you don't know anymore, So we understand what our people going through. But I heard you said that I was watching and ready fighting to come on. Finally, I'm on. I don't know why I always struggle to get on this stream yet, but anyway. I was watching. I heard you said that the government got in, to help you people, and they communicated with you all. They sent relief and things like that. But is it enough? Are you people having meetings with them, trying to give them information and trying to tell them what you need for yourself? Because it's only you that in that position know what you're going through and what you would need for a better life in that area. So are you people communicating with them? Is there any meetings that are being had with you? I mean, intense meetings where you will sit down and talk to them, tell them what the needs of the people are and what you're expecting to tell the Ghanaian government that you're looking for, whether you want to stay in that area or what you need to be able to be repatriated back to Liberia and all that kind of thing. I will give you a chance to talk a little bit because I have a lot of questions.
Okay, first of all, when the Liberian government came, they sent for us, the leadership we went there, the Liberian embassies, and we were able to tell them the challenges and what we want them to do for us. So it will be some that it begins to engage the Ghanaian government. And one of the major things here is that people talk about they don't want to go by road, they want to go by road. That is not the issue. There are children born here, they were 34 years old today. They don't even know Liberia. Some of their parents die here. We were able to put all the information through. Because it's not just about just taking you, carrying you. Because these children don't know anybody. There are people who came there in their 40s, but now they're around 60 something. And they have no hope again. So we told the Liberian government, for the government to seek to aid, if these people get back home, at least to reintegrate them in their own society. These are some of the challenges we go through. And we come back to the issue of those who decided to stay in Ghana with the local integration. There was a restriction in their residences. Said you can't do work and do business here. So we talked to the Minister of Councillor Jidiama, and you were able to meet the Ghanaian government and say, look, those that are willing will take them back home, and those who still want to be and are integrated, make sure to remove that clause. And the promising that they're going to remove it. Because if you are living here now, you will not live with the Grand Camp again where they came again demolished. So if you can afford going to live outside with the borough, automatically we say they will work on the resident to be able to work and do business in this country. But my sister, as you can watch on TV or social media, I can say 80% of the Liberians are willing to go back home. Because what we saw here, they have to say, and thank God that Mr. People said came here, people can saw what happened here. Living in your own house, and you build people demolishing, stealing your own thing, beating you over. So like the Liberians are fellow and they want to go back home. So almost all the challenges we have, we put it from the government. They came and we have a town hall meeting where they were able to answer some of the questions from the residents.
Tell us about that restriction. You say those who were considered integrated in the Ghanaian culture, they give you ID card and say that you cannot work. You're not allowed to work. Tell us about that.
He said you can't work and do business. That is work in the others to be here. If you like, I will file it to you. Maybe you can see for yourself.
So they say you can't. You can't work.
Yeah, let me see it. Yeah, you can work. There's a clause in it. They say no other occupation or business for reward is permitted.
Wow.
That is what in the resident they gave the refugees here. So we begin to fight this until when the councillor in the field they say no, they said they will change it. And one of the issues that I was stressing and fighting is that it's not everybody willing to go back home. But if those who want to remain in Ghana, those people need to be regular. Because if we're not careful, what they're doing to Nigeria, doing to Togo, they will end up doing Liberia. But the immigration will break into your door and say, bring your document out. If you don't have it, that's another problem. You have to pay money.
So,
my question to you is that the people, let me just come in. Because
go ahead.
This is just very sad for our Liberian people. How in the world that there's a whole place in Liberia, Popo Beach, that got Ghanaians living there? They took over that area in our country. They are free to work in our government. They make businesses in our country. They got their children going to school there. We don't stop them from speaking like the way they speak with an accent. We don't discriminate against them. How in the world that our people have been in our country for so many years, since 1990, people living on our camp and live in Ghana, and they were able to secure a land in Bujumbura. In fact, we brought civilization to that Bujumbura area. People were not even living there when Liberians went there. That land was cast out because they said there was no water on that land. People were not living there. Liberians went and changed that land to a living place that people could live in that area. And now they're saying that even if they give you a car to live in Ghana, you are not able to work. Is our president Joseph Boakai listening to this? Because if our people don't have right in Ghana to do anything, then I don't think Ghanaians should have right in our country to do anything. Because they live in our country, I have seen it in government offices. In fact, I met one Ghanaian working in the Chief Justice office. Me, personally, I met him. He was working as an administrator in the Chief Justice office. And he was speaking like himself. He did not pretend to be a Liberian. How is it now that our people in our country, although the war is over and Liberia has gotten to a certain stage, some of these people, as you said, were not born in Liberia. Some of them, all they know is Ghana. Their parents born them there. Their parents had died. The grave is there. They don't know Liberia as a whole. They don't have nobody to go to because they don't even have family there. How is it you will tell these same people that okay, you can stay here, but we'll get you a car, you're not allowed to work here? What Ghanaians are working in our country? And that's the meeting I want you to have with the government officials, that they have to demand certain at least certain things for Liberians to have privilege in Ghana, to be able to live there if they want to live there. If their citizens can have privilege in our country to do certain things and work in certain areas and open businesses and have table in our marketplaces, Liberians should be able to have that in Ghana. And that's the meeting that you should be having with the government officials. You can just sit there and they just and people that I just wanted to share with you. I'm very surprised that until now, the first lady has not said anything about this situation, because these kind of things, that's what the first lady office is supposed to be all about. Trying to seek help for our people in other countries. That's what first lady office is about. I haven't heard anything from the first lady office saying anything about the people and their suffering in Ghana right now. And it's not fair to our people, because Liberians, other Liberians are also Liberians. You cannot just leave them there to suffer and don't do anything. And I'm so sad with this thing that's going on, because we all were on Putupuran because of the war. We were just fortunate that we came here. Other people still there, and they can't get help for our people, and they can't come in and start to speak and start to negotiate with the Ghanaian government. Then Liberians supposed to stand up and say Ghanaians are not supposed to be our country as well.
Yeah.
Seriously, this is ridiculous. Go ahead, my brother.
Mr. Gouin, go ahead. The network is really bad. And you said that there are six. The one living in the camp is around 6,000, but the total population. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
After the demolition of the camp, we group ourselves to 11 different. Those within those 11 display centers that are featured I'm giving you. But there are other people houses been brought to that. And they were able to go fetch other family outside the camp. And they are just there for temporary. They're also waiting when they're going to for them to go back home. Because you don't keep living with people. And there are other who, when the demolition took place, the camp families have gone, they were able to send them money to them in house. So these are the kind of things that happen, but there are people the street, as we're speaking now, people are congested.
That's true. I saw it. You don't even need to. You don't even need to say it. I saw those places, and if you go in there, it's a health crisis right there. When you go into the rooms and where those people sleep, and where they will even eat or take bath, and sick people, baby need bath. Changing the diapers, and mom not well, the mothers need to take shower, and the place for them to use the bathroom. It's really sad. Really sad. I went there. But Grace, you struck a good point. You talk about some place in Monrovia where they have a lot of Ghanaian, but go to Buchanan, there's a place called Fountain Town. They control that whole fishing industry in Fountain Town in Grand Bassa. They have Ghanaians in West Point. They probably control the whole of West Point. They have Ghanaian restaurant. I was in Ghana, and I spoke with a Liberian that have restaurant there, and they said Ghanaian will not even go there to patronize the food. They will not even go there to buy food. In fact, they will create same until they leave that place. He said, especially if you're having a restaurant beside another Ghanaian restaurant, and they see a lot of people coming and buying your food, they would make it possible. They will do all kinds of stuff until they get you out of that place. But
the people they are very selfish people. That one is true. And I wanted to ask if you're working with any United Nations, the refugee agency, because they're supposed to be in touch with you as well. Although, like, bro, you're still refugee, as you know, as they look at you now. So they're still supposed to be able to be working something out with your, especially for the people living condition right now.
I think his phone went off. Let me see what I can get him back. Yeah, I'm calling him now.
Our people, I tell you, yeah, like bro.
Are you there? Are you there? You can hear me? Mr. Goyan, can you hear me?
Thank you.
Okay. Grace wanted to ask you a question.
I was asking Mr. Boya, what are the United Nations refugee agencies working with you people as well, besides the Liberian government? Because by right, they're supposed to still be working with you, since you're still in that condition, and you were removed from the camp forcefully. They're supposed to still be working with you. Are they working with you?
No. The United Nations office, UNICEF office in Ghana will be closing by next month. We are moving to Abidjan. And like I said from the beginning, there are few who still have the refugee status. After the demolitions, they were able to take the few Liberians who still have the status and take them to Western region, where that's in Zoli. And they are even in Zoli complaining that the place they took them is not good. But you see, the way Ghanaian being assisted, you have to go through Ghana Refugee Board. You can't go directly to UNHCR. If you even right there, they will say go to Ghana Refugee Board. So since the demolition, we are not seeing anyone here up to now.
Wow. And people are sleeping on the street. People. I went to one of the center. I want you to talk about the center that I went to that day, where they came to serve you. I want you to talk about the rooms that the women sleep in, and the men sleep outside. Grace. And when we were on that camp, we had 1 or 2 bathrooms that we struggled. We never even had water. And think about it now, where the women sleep or how people take bath and stuff like that. Mr. Guerrero, can you talk about that?
See, there was some waters were running here before even demolition, but then the yellow machine had damaged all of this thing, so there was no water flow again. And fill the polytank on the campus that you were at the Budivon Primary School before people can even get water to cook. Sometimes the same sack of water you carry, the other people use that water 2-3 bags to pass to tell you how difficult things are there. This room you see the part, each of the room you see about 100 persons now. Since the last demolition, the place got more packed than before. And it's not safe for all. The other side, we were able to spray all of these centers with the help from our friends abroad, Bukisha Global, those of us in the university school, and one of our brothers who were also here to recently, we had to do the help. We're able to spray the places so that we can experience outbreak of disease. Because if it happens now, we expect a lot of people to die. Because the places up to now, let's spray back again. So as a chairman, I'm still worrying what will happen in the couple of days to come. So there are so many conditions here. At the same time, in those buildings, you see sick people are there. People with stroke are there.
There was another place where they had these challenge kids. There were a lot of kids that were like pretty much on the spectrum, kids with autism and kids with different mental health issues. What is happening to those children? Can you hear me? With the chairman, can you hear me? About those kids, those mentally challenged children. There are a lot. I think I saw 4 or 5 of them. What is being done to help them?
Nothing at all. The conditions still the same.
This is the time now for our country to really step in. We talk Liberians. If you're here on the platform, you're listening to us. I think that those people, they got something going on that we all can decide to they say, okay, 2,000 Liberians, each person get $10, at least to be able to help our people to integrate into the Ghanaian society. Because at this point in time, we don't think the government is ready for coming, and we don't take time. Most of our people will die in Ghana on the streets. And it's a shame to the country, it's a shame to us as Liberians, anywhere in the world, to allow that to happen to our people in Ghana. And you would think that I'll have to stress it out. The second lady office, or how they call him, said, the vice president, his wife. These are the kind of the things that you want to take on. You know, I don't understand who advising you, but these are the kind of gesture you want to give to the Liberian people. Get some international community involved. Request some money for them. Go to Ghana. Help the people in the country. Help Liberians. You know, the first lady office just need to pick up the mantle and start running with it. Go and help the people, because I know you're having made 100 days, but these are the problems you met on the ground. What are you people doing about it? This is not about politics at all, but most of the first lady offices in the world, these are the kind of agenda they pick on, and they start to run with it and help the people. We cannot sit here for our people to die in Ghana. A lot of Liberians die in Ghana already from 1990 to now. A lot of things. A lot of things went on in that camp. People died there. Only the strong could survive, and only when go with you. Our people in the 21st century, 2024, and our people on the streets in Ghana, while Ghanaians are in our country living comfortably. So when they got wartime, they own it all in Liberia. It's not fair to our people. You need to do something like Liberian government. You need to do something. This is the rescue mission. You need to rescue the people. You need to do something.
Well, just what Julius come on, I think great to the credit. The vice president assured me that he was going to talk it over the president, and then a week later they sent a team to Ghana. So I let me thank him, but I hope they can do more. Actually,
but
because right now
the people are still on the streets though. Look at that.
Yeah, they are still on the street. There's nothing to be done. Yeah. They are still on the street. They are still sleeping outside in the open field. I mean, when it rained. I mean, firsthand, I was there and saw it. But Julius, come in, and then I'll ask Mr. Gordon one or two more questions, and then see whether we can take some call or maybe other stuff.
Well, Dr. Peabody, I want to say thank you for you doing what you have done. I think we spoke, personally in the back. I commend you for your work, and I would not contribute to this conversation if I don't appreciate the little thing that you're doing. For some, they may see it as little things, but I see it as big, because if you look at it from the lenses to which I look, I see you not only doing it just from just humanitarian perspective, but you're even bridging the diplomatic aspect of it. Okay, because if you look at the diplomatic relationship between Ghana and Liberia, like what Grace spoke to, says, Grace, how are you doing? Happy Sunday to you and your family. You will realize that I thought we really had a really strong and binding diplomatic relationship, for which if one of us were in trouble, the other would look out for the other group of people, Ghana and Liberia. But from what I'm hearing, it appears as though that doesn't exist. It's one way. Ghanaians are benefiting from Liberia, and Liberians are being harassed. They are being humiliated and just thrown out. So I don't see the diplomatic relationship here when it comes to, I'm not trying to kind of push up or instigate any kind of tension between both countries here, but I think we need to be treated far better than what we are experiencing today. For the folks in Ghana, I just got to pray for them. Hopefully we can find a solution to hopefully get them back home if we can. If not, find a better route for them to hopefully have a better living environment. Again, we cannot push the Ghanaians, or we cannot turn their arms to make them to provide suitable living environment for our brothers and sisters in Ghana. It's upon them. They can make the rational decision to either come home. But what what have we created? What a suitable living environment or society have we created for our brothers and sisters to say they're going to leave from Ghana and come home? If they were to do or they were to make that decision, would they be better off in Liberia than Ghana? These are some of the things our brothers and sisters are thinking about, for which they would not make that decision to say, let me go back home to my country, because it won't be any different. They probably may end up in a much or in a worse situation than what they're experiencing in Ghana. So, I mean, it's hard, but I must commend you, Dr. Peabody, for the initiative. And that's the reason why I thought to join today, to add my voice to that of you and Sis Grace, to say we appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody else who have decided to contribute to this effort to make sure that our brothers and sisters in Ghana will get the needed support. And even if it's financial support that we all need to contribute, whether it's $1 or $2, I hope that Dr. Peabody, you will challenge us on here tonight. I think we got
Yeah.
about 1,500. We got about
Oh,
1,500
nobody else,
person
Dr.
following
Peabody.
tonight. Let's put a number up there and see whether Liberians are as patriotic as we claim we are. Let's see whether we can raise that amount of money tonight to hopefully help in your endeavor to support our brothers and sisters in Ghana. I think this is the best way that we can do that. We have benefited from other countries, and other countries have benefited from Liberia. Liberians need us, and this is the time that we all should step up. It should not only be about politics, our political affiliations, or religious beliefs. Then we step up. I think this is a time that we show to our brothers and sisters that beyond everything else, we are Liberian, and one Liberian we will always remain until death, do us part. And this is the time where we can do that. Let us show our brothers and sisters love by actually contributing. So come up with a number, even $1,000. Let's see if we can target $1,000
No,
and
no,
see.
no. $1,000 is not enough. If
Well, no, I'm
people
saying
put
even.
the
I'm
number
just saying
there,
even $1,000.
we
Right.
need
So
everybody to be giving more
There you go. There you
millions
go.
of even at
SB just donated. SB just donated
$100.
$100.
Thank you,
Julius, if you
SB.
can put out there, if you can put out the TCA Cash app, while we do this, it's the $. Okay, great.
There you go. It's right there.
Okay.
I
So
just
what,
wanted to say one thing, Dr. Peabody. I wanted to say one thing quick. Refugees have rights.
yeah.
What Ghanaians doing to Liberians in Ghana is wrong. If we start to keep into human rights situation, refugees got rights. They cannot keep our people in the streets.
Grace, you're not a refugee
They
no more.
cannot.
Grace, you're not a refugee no more.
So
No,
so
some
what
people
what
still
I,
are refugees there.
No,
what
you're
I
not. You're not. Your war is over. You're not a refugee no more.
what I want Henry to do before Mr. Goyon come back on, guys, the Cash app there. If you want to donate, I mean, we can guarantee you it will be delivered right there to the folks. But I
We
want Henry
already
to show.
got. Yeah, we already got. I think a couple of people.
Is over, but the people never left Butuburan. They were forced out of the camp. So
Right.
they're still in the refugee status, and they have rights too. They cannot take their rights from them like that. They
Right.
broke the people's houses down.
Yeah, I mean, there you see, this is where the people sleep. This is where some of the people are sleeping. Henry just showed some of the picture. This is the entire camp. I mean, some of them they went to the market, they went to buy food. When they came back, the entire home was gone. This is how they gather around the camp and just sit there. This inside the yard of the Catholic school where the folks are taking refuge, and stuff like that. It's really really sad if you see where they sleep. I mean, they sit right out there in that open field. I mean, right out there, and they're just trying to make life. There's nowhere to go. Some of them know nowhere else to go and things like that. So I mean, it's really really sad, folks. Mr. Goyon, you are on the line. Tell us, look where they sleep. Look where they sleep. You talking about mom and the children and all of that, babies and everybody in there. I went in there, I almost passed out. I had to just run back out and stuff like that. And you have people living in this time. You have people living. I mean, it's just some of the places that were destroyed. But what I want. So folks, if you want to help, you can do it. The Cash app is there, and definitely will make sure. But Mr. Goyon, what is your major need right now on that camp? What is your major need right now? Mr. Goya, if you're there, what is your major need right now on the camp? Can you hear me? Yeah, I think the internet
I
is.
think our people need to people.
Can you get me?
Is that
I'm getting you clear.
Okay,
I'm
what?
saying our major need now will have to do with food, water, and those sick people in our midst to be able to take them to hospital to treat them. Because people are preparing to go back home, and we don't want other people to go home sick, you know. And there are so many challenges, and like what you just said, if you see where people are living, very congested, and with those sick people in there. So if we got any support from anywhere, so that they'll be able to take those sick people to hospital, prepare them while waiting for the government to come for them to go in. And I can tell you, trust me, like 80% of people willing to go back home now. But what we saw here, you know, refugees, you're breaking down refugee houses, the citizens of the country, you taking your zinc, taking television, taking fare for you, and no security to come and say, oh, just stop what you're doing.
they was stealing from the people.
Yep. They break their home down and they're stealing the property. Can you imagine?
Yeah, and they sit down beating you, taking things for you, taking off fare, taking television, and in fact, other people will let you in their houses. So condition like that, the locals around will be happy to go in there, take everything they want. So as you see people into the display center, some of them even went there with 2,000-3,000. Their mattresses are gone, their suitcases are gone, you know, just for the demolition. So there are so many things that people are going through here. So our major need now, people are not feeling well, no food, no water, and we just need something to keep people up until the Labrador where to take them from where to go. With the issue of Ghana in Liberia in Ghana, so Liberia maybe they know what they're doing. With the kind of Ghanaians that in that country and they really got regard for the few that are just here. That's
true.
But it's something that we need to look at clearly.
Yeah.
Because what we thought was that the government was supposed to fund the people in the community.
They are still on the camp. They can't go in their own Ghanaian community. As I speak to you, even guys of few Ghanaians in the display center will be Liberian.
That is sad.
And I just surprised that the Ghanaian government could not even find a way to help Liberians to integrate them into the community, especially the ones who did not want to go back to Liberia. And that's the thing government's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
We all are Africans. So what way can we find to make these people comfortable in different communities? What can we do to help the people? How your people can be alive in our country, then you tell all the people you're putting on the street. It's not fair to Liberians at all. But because most time we allow these things to happen to ourselves.
Send the passport and the rest of the copy there. Don't open and read it for yourself. I just send you your website. You can open and read it for yourself. You see the cross in the middle of the resident you give to us here.
Wow. That is so sad though. That is so sad. Yeah, I think I'm seeing it. I don't know what I can send it to Henry. So Henry will publish it. But yeah, it said resident for 5 years, permitted to reside in Ghana under Section 1, while no employment, no other occupation or business for reward permitted. So you are not allowed to work.
To work.
Yeah.
So how can somebody survive in your country when you say they're not allowed to work? When Liberians have sent hundreds of thousands of dollars to Ghana for the people in Ghana. You know, we boost the Ghanaian economy.
Yeah.
Because our people that live in Ghana, we boosted the economy since 1990 to now. Liberians have been sending thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to Ghana for the people in the Liberian brothers and sisters. So that alone is supposed to even take us to another step because we help the economy. And they're telling us that we can't work in our country. Liberians, you better put your hats on in Liberia. You see how the Ghanaians treating our people in your country. The Liberians don't have rights in Ghana. Ghanaians should not have rights in Liberia. Period. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why they don't have rights.
But Grace, go to Liberia and see how many Liberians plow the street for Ghanaian churches when the Ghanaian people come with this miracle thing. see Liberian people running there like that, as if the Ghana is the Ghanaian that they're there is the God who can solve all the problem and who can do things for them. Go to the Ghana business. They got a Doma
Yeah,
shop, a place called Boma Preach. Go there and see how many Liberian line get online to go buy that Doma. I mean, to
But
that
sell a
that
Doma.
that everybody.
Samson Otis is he was a Nigerian. But this man had a church in Liberia. The man raped girls. I
Mhm.
mean, he had those girls then raping them by the day. Like people were carrying their children in there. We were on our kids. Samson Otis. I don't understand how Liberians always embrace stranger like that, and
Mhm.
they do not do that for other. In the meantime, while we're talking before Lofa County, everybody who on here, all of us could just get $10 or $20 to raise something to help those people in Ghana. At least
Yep.
$10 or $20. That's all we asking, because if we 500 here, each person get $20. We can raise something good to help the people in the meantime to survive while they're figuring out things how to get back to go back to Liberia.
So
Yeah.
that everybody, let me just chime in on here. I think quite a few people have contributed. I will, suggest that, those people, those who are contributing, let us just continue to encourage people to contribute, because at this point I feel like we are beating the dead horse. When you beat a dead horse, right? That horse, I don't care how much you beat it, unless you want to just make the horse meat to be tender for you to enjoy it. Nothing else is going to come out of that horse. It's not going to get up. It's not going to move. Nothing else. Because first of all, your government don't even value you. Okay,
Mhm.
so nobody else is going to respect you. This is, and I don't want to politicize this, because this is a humanitarian effort. But while we are trying to get ourselves involved with this humanitarian gesture, we must also take ourselves on the tax, the responsibility of the government. Any child whose parent is not being responsible enough to take on their parental responsibility to make sure that child is in school, that child is being well fed, and all of these things, the neighbors would not respect that child. Any one of you, Grace, you're a mother, okay, a parent, of course. Dr. Peabody, you're on here. The only person on here who's not a parent probably would be Henry. But I challenge any one of you to say what I'm saying is a lie. It's the same thing with the entire the, the countries, whether we are neighbors or not. Liberians, we don't respect our own. That's the problem. We don't value our own. Have we shown some level of respect? Those people in Ghana will be highly respected if our government can come up and say our people deserve more than the treatment they are receiving today. I think the Ghanaian government will pay attention. But when was the last time you heard any kind of national statement made by our government so that the international community can pay attention to what's going on? You're not going to hear it, because they just don't care. They don't care. It's not about them. Their relatives, their immediate relatives, are not victims of this. So the only thing we can really emphasize on here tonight is how those of us who believe that we need to step in and do what is right can contribute, whether it's $1 or two, we can contribute to make sure that those people in Ghana can get what is needed, the needed support. But your politicians don't care. Their families are not there. Your lawbreakers, you refer to them as lawmakers, they don't care, because they're not victims. So, I mean, we can sit here and talk about the relationship between Ghana and Liberia. I can tell you for a fact, had anything happened to Ghanaians in Liberia, you will hear somebody from Ghana to make a public statement, and it will be something that will be resounding, and they will, and Liberians will take heed. Are we doing the same thing? No, I'm not saying it. Even if it is happening, it is happening behind closed door. We want a general statement made so that our people can be protected. Call the international community attention to this nonsense and tell them our people are being ill-treated. There should be no reason for that. Ghanaians are not being humiliated. Ghanaians are not being kicked out of Liberia. I agree with the argument that Liberians are no longer refugees. And I agree with that 110%. They are no longer refugees because we don't have war in our country. But if we can have Ghanaians residing in Liberia, we should have Liberians residing in Ghana, Ivory Coast, and other countries as well. because we are
Yeah.
neighbors. We are supposed to be one people. We are supposed to live together. Ghanaians are taking over. When I visited Liberia, I went to the beach. I saw Ghanaians on the beach. They were fishermen. They were claiming to own their own fishing boats, canoes, and everything. They own them. Can Liberians do the same thing in Ghana?
But the people saying like break can't even work. Then you get a team. You
Can't even work.
That's
How
what
you
I'm
own
saying.
fishing boats?
That's what I
You know?
just said. Ghanaians own canoes and boats in Liberia. All right. Why can't we do the same thing in Ghana? But we will give Ghanaians privileges in our own country. Today, the Indians and Lebanese run the entire economics of our country. The economy is no longer for Liberians. Can you go to Lebanon? Can you go to Lebanon and do the same thing? Man,
But
I'll
even
stop at that
Ghanaians
point.
have the most builders in Liberia. They don't want building other houses in Liberia. They
Ghanaians are building other home now. Liberians go to
They
Ghana.
got a construction company going on.
That's because that's because your government don't respect you, Grace.
Yeah. But most of them, the airport, the business launch is owned by Ghanaian. The business launch at the Rabat International Airport. The business is run by this Savage Launch. It's called Savage Launch. It's a Ghanaian
Can
owned.
you imagine?
It's owned by
But Dr.
Ghanaian.
People, is there any psychosocial support given to the refugee? Because I heard he talk about the children with autism and some of the children that got, you
Yep.
know. So
They
I
are-
mean, the people
this-
getting no help.
Yep. They don't get help. There are folks there who are sick. They got no better. In fact, when I went there, I had to give a little money to go to the hospital. She was sick and she needed less than $10 to go get medicine and go to the hospital. And she's laying there. There's this lady who was sitting outside with her kids. And the only thing she said, I haven't eaten all day. But then you got 10 other people around there that even if you
Oh
want to
my
put your hands
God.
money, you can't even do it because you got 10, 20 other people up there who need the same thing. Mom and the kids sleeping outside.
So, Dr. Peabody, you went there firsthand. Let me just ask you this question. Have the people received any kind of immediate assistance from our government, like immediate assistance while they work out the necessary aspect of this? Like, I mean, the people need food and water. Have you heard anything about our government making some sort of donation for these people to be sustained until they can work out the necessary aspect of things? Did you hear anything about that?
I just heard from the president. He said that the government sent a delegation. They went there, provided them a little bit of rice and water, and said that they are planning to start repatriating them by May 1st, and they will come back and provide food, but they have not done that so far. And I'm telling you, it's desperate. It's no joke. It's a desperate situation.
The situation.
Yes, it's
And the
very,
thing is
very
that the
desperate.
people being traumatized because
Yeah.
what we experience the thing when we're refugee. Just
Yeah.
going to some other country and you have nowhere to stay, and you in a place stay, and they just put you on, you disoriented. You can't even need counseling right away. Our people, I don't know why Liberians are suffering like this. I tell you,
But look,
this is
there was
so
some-
sad. It's just that it breaks my heart. I just wish
There
I
was-
had so much money to go and help my people because I don't understand why these people who in the position that they can't reach out to help Liberians somehow, some way. It's just so sad to see our people go through the same thing. This is a disgrace to our people. It take away your esteem. It gives you low self-esteem if you're in
Yeah.
that situation where you don't have nowhere to think, you can't nobody to help you.
Yeah.
You know?
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised if you open up the phone line today and ask people for the import. The Liberians will speak again. They'll tell you that let the people stay out there and hopefully, God forbid, die. Liberians will be brave enough to make these kind of comments. I would be.
Only those who live there and saw the situations, rather deal with Ghanaian would know. But I'm telling you, they got two phases. When they're out there, when you're somewhere else, they can benefit from you. They will smile and treat you like
Well,
king.
you
But
their
I'm
friend,
telling you,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know, we got almost maybe about 35 more minutes or 40 minutes. I'm hoping that we can take up a call. But God, if you want to help, we can get food definitely to Ghana and water. We can get it there as soon as possible. If you guys want to help, day. Just go to the Cash App, man. I expect you guys
And
to
want
do
to help
more.
the people to go to the hospital. Some people sick,
Yeah,
they're dying. Somebody already died from this.
yeah, yeah. You see, so we just need some help. We don't have a lot of people are not giving, guy. We ask that you give, or you can give today. We'll continue. We'll have to put this out tomorrow, but Julia, if you can organize a number and let's just get some calls and see what the people say. Mr. Glenn, you want to give her your any message you want to
I
send
think
out there?
some people, I think some people have contributed. I made a contribution. I think 130
Yeah,
or one guy.
I got two. One from you.
Okay.
One from. Let me just put the person.
Let bring people on. Let's focus on the contribution because at the end of the day, that's what we really need. Let's see how many people can really contribute tonight. Let's try to focus on that, please.
Felicia and Julius.
Get $20.
Yeah, 20, 30. Let's if we can get us some water this week. You can get them 2
Right.
3 times.
Yep.
We can't hear you, Dr. Peabody.
That you're muted.
I know FB Dunn have pledged $100, and I will send him information if you want to send it by what's the thing, PayPal. I'll send you my PayPal information. You can send that, and then we'll just get out there. But if you give, just put in the chat room that you gave already. So, but let's ask Mr. Goya if you got anything else to say. I know it's very late there. I don't want to keep you out too late. Mr. Goya, you got anything else to say? Anything else to share?
I just want to take this time to thank all of you for giving our situation a human face. Because my God, our brother Bessie, if you open your phone line, you will listen to all of my boasting negative things about those that are here. And with 2012, before the voluntary repatriation, the other people remain in Ghana, there was a campaign. And then when I said the other time I interviewed that it was a deceit. So most of the Liberians were integrated in the country. The hope they gave to them at the end of the day all dashed down, So Liberians, not that they don't want to go back home, but the kind of promises they made to them, we now realize that none of these things will be fulfilled. So we are appealing to whosoever that are monitoring today to come to our aid. The conditions here is not easy. And thank God that you yourself being here and saw what happened here. And I also want to appreciate our brothers and sisters who have been helping. Before the Liberian government came in, it was like a 1 more sales day. On the 27th of February, before even it came last Saturday, there are other Liberians out there, including your very self. You came here and we saw what you did. We still have your video all over, where you yourself were hauling water from the car to these places. So we are appealing to some of our brothers like the Budu Self, Global, who also helping with food. The class of 1-2K, our brother Jason Gloria. In fact, this brother who just died said a month to be initiated. When he fell out, he took it to the hospital, went for the test and all of these things. Unfortunately, he died. So I appreciate all those that have been helping us, and we're still asking people to still help us until we can meet the condition. Now, even if people go back home, we still be appealing to people to still help people there because somebody who live all their life here, they go back home. We put all this in before the Liberian government to see how best they can help. Children born here, their parents die here. How are they going home? We still need help from people. So I want to appeal to everybody to feel sorry for the condition of the Liberian. Our crisis now is not easy. That's what I want to say. Thank you so much for the good things you have said about the program today. And I pray that God will teach other people how to come to our aid.
Any last message for him, Gosh? You got any last message for him?
Well, the thing is just so heartbreaking. I would just like to say to all Liberians on the platform before Mr. I always forget his name. Mr. Padua.
William.
Okay. Before he leaves here, I was just appealing to everybody. If everybody watching here can just donate $20 right now, so we can gather some money, especially for the people who are sick, and at least for water for the people to drink. Let's just even forget for food, because when you refugees sometimes you don't even have appetite anymore. Although it would be good for the people to eat, but at least if we can help some people to go to the hospital and the people can have safe drinking water for them and their children before they can repatriate them back to Liberia if they are going home, or the ones that will stay there before they can get themselves together to be able to stay in the community. We need to help them. These are some of the things that we're supposed to be doing for one another, and also keep our people impressed. Because we were on that camp there people there certain time in the night, the Ghanaians, they used to come to kill people in the night. They've been fighting like Librarians from that camp for many, many years. People will go to bed in the morning together, they chop some people on and everything. I don't know why. I don't know why these things are going on in Ghana, and Liberians embrace Ghanaians in the country. And we're not saying our people shouldn't embrace them, because we are a loving set of people. Regardless of Liberians having the differences, we are a very loving set of people. And I thank God that I'm a Liberian. I would never disown where I'm from, because I know my people at the end of the day will be there for one another. So if you're on this live here, you're watching, if you can just give $20 tonight to be able to help the people, so they can help the other people there to have water to drink, the lecturing them. Just imagine those kids, to have something to eat until the government can really come in to be able to take the people from May 1st. I think we have, or I think a week more before, or 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks and a half. Those people will be on that place in our camp there with no food to eat and no water to drink. So if we can assist them during this time to have that before they be repatriated back to Liberia, it will help. God will bless you. God will bless you. That's all I can say right now.
Mr. Green, what do you want to say to the government of Liberia? Is there any special message? They are listening to you. Is there any special message for them?
Good. That's what I was going to ask.
Say that again?
Any special message for the government of Liberia? People are listening to you all over Liberia.
Yeah, the special message to the government of Liberia is that for them to come back soon to see how best to take our people from here. People are sleeping outside. Like even just tonight, they decided to bring market to where they even demolished. And there are other Liberians sleeping at the back of that place. We went there and the chiefs were threatening, or I was saying, it's not Liberia. Now, even telling them they should leave from where they are sleeping tonight, if they don't leave from there, we'll see what will happen there. That was the issue between you and I just tonight. So we are begging the Liberian government to come to the aid of our people now, even though they are been here, but let them come back quick and see how best and carry people from here. Because people are sleeping out. And if people are pushing them against the wall, we don't know what happened there. Because when they are sleeping, say, move for them tonight. And if you don't want to move, and then anything happen, I know it's something different may happen. So I'm appealing to the government that we know that things are not fine, but let them try to see for us and see how best they can start the repatriation of people to go back home. That's my special message to the government.
And I'm sure they're hearing it. We'll make sure it gets to where it needs to go. We done that. We saw the vice president, and we'll make sure to get that. I just sorry that Henry don't have the video that I sent you. I sent you a video, Henry, from one of my videos that I really wish we could play that. But I don't want to keep Mr. Goyen too long. Thank you so much for taking up your time. We praying for you. You are in our thoughts and our prayers, and you are in our best wishes. If anything we can get to send to get you guys some food and water, we'll do that once we get some funds. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too. Thank you for having us.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Dr.
People gave me?
Yeah, we just had another gift from Elder Foster. She sent us $50. Grace Gua, Julius Brown, Stephen Sia. So we just had a smart amount of 150 right now, but we want to put this up a little bit to see how much we can help these people. There's a lot happening today in Liberia. The speaker house got burned, which was very sad, and I think a lot of people, a lot of things go on. But I mean, the little that folks can give to help these people, we will do that. But let's Harry got
let me kind of close on this though, because I had to be on another program. But again, because this particular program was very important, considering the level of sacrifices that have been made, especially by Dr. Peabody. We think little of some of these sacrifices, but if you have to put yourself in these positions, you will realize that it's not easy. So I thought to jump on and just add my voice to that of others who see reason to support the the idea of contributing and supporting our brothers and sisters in Ghana, and hopefully to make sure that they are able to hopefully get a successful repatriation. Um, in order for them to be repatriated, I want to believe that that should be something initiated by the government, and this is where I challenge the government to I speedily. There should be no reason. There should be no reason for us to torture the entire process. The process should not be slow, because if you have your citizens sleeping in the streets, and they have been threatened, I'm pretty sure if we are to just dig deeper, there probably may be some death. I'm not saying there are, but I'm saying that there's a possibility that there could be death in the entire process. I'm pretty sure there may have been a life or two that may have been lost. But I think regardless of whatever the situation is, we can do better. And Liberia and Liberians deserve better than what we are experiencing. There are other places around the world where we have Liberians that is seeking refuge, and this is not the case. You cannot have your neighbor being treated this way. So, to the government of the Republic of Liberia, we are simply asking, the idea of governance is not simply to get your paycheck and enjoy with your family or celebrate and have these luxurious parties and stuff like that. That is to represent the interests of the people. And in order to do that successfully, you must consider similar situations such as what we are talking about today. So, again, in closing, I just want to say, Dr. Peabody, thank you for bringing or throwing light on these kind of things that are happening. And says Grace, thanks for being on here tonight. Let us all see how best we can work together to make sure that our brothers and sisters in Ghana can get the needed support and help from all of us. Until we do it, Ghanaians will not respect us, and they will continue to do what they're doing because they're living peacefully in Liberia. Why our people are, going through what they're going through. I'm not saying tonight, I'm not trying to instigate any form of violence against Ghanaians. Okay, because I have a Ghanaian in law. As a matter of fact, and just to be a little humorous, I thought for some reason I thought Grace was a Ghanaian. For some reason I don't know why I thought Grace was
My
Ghanaian.
father is my father is Ghanaian.
I knew you had some
Yes.
kind of Ghanaian background. Like I mean, just yeah, I knew. You see, I could be a socket and I'll make money out of that. I thought for some
But
reason you had some kind of Ghanaian.
I am a Liberian because I'm one of the people that went to Ghana and they did not accept me because my father was Ghanaian. And they say that in Ghana, they only accept you when your mother is Ghanaian, but not your father. And I think I was
Uh,
born in Liberia. And my father was integrated into the Liberian community and society. So he became a Liberian automatic. And my mother is a Grebo woman. So I'm proud of being a Liberian. I will
see,
never own a Ghanaian background because I'm not. When I went to Ghana, I was disowned there because
hmm.
my mother is my
Nah,
mother
but
is Ghanaian.
I mean, we love you. We love you in Liberia, though. We love you. We love to have a smart woman like you in Liberia. Smart, beautiful woman, intelligent. We'll take you. We'll take you. They're lost. We got
You
you.
gotta take me because I'm Liberian.
Well,
My mom
let
is Grebo woman, so you gotta take me.
I wanted to take a few calls, maybe one or two or three calls, and then from there we will just call it a day. Today's Sunday. I know a lot of stuff going on, and folks got to get ready for the week. But
Yeah, but
if we
brother
can
people
take,
that we need to still talking about, we have to do something that we can
yep,
put some letters together and ask for help, and then maybe if
yep,
we get enough help, we can go back to Ghana and help our people to go
definitely,
back home.
definitely.
People are in this world that can give money, and they got people in this world that can help people. It's just that we need to get to the resources to be able to help. And I just calling on Madam Katumu Bwaka, ma, we beg you, please help our people because you're in an office right now that you can do a whole lot. Use that office to the best of your weight power. And if you can do this thing for Liberians that are in Ghana, it will be one of the things that will go down in history for you. Try to go to Ghana and see our people and do something for them. You have that power. That office is very powerful. You sit in. Just use that office accordingly. We are begging you today. We also begging the second lady, how they call him, Jeremiah Kuhn wife. Use your office too. You do something. you're right. You're getting in contact with United Nations refugees and projects, and you're telling people so they can be able to repatriate our people. We understand that they say that it was over and the people were there, but at the point in time, the people were still living in a refugee camp, so they should be considered refugees. Refugees has rights as everybody else. So we begging you to use your offices to help our people. Madam Temple, you also can use your office to help. We are begging you at this point in time. Don't let more people die in Ghana and get sick, and the children are like they're treated like nothing. And they kind of condescending treatment that what people going through, living in the streets and don't even have water to take shower and to even drink. That we shouldn't be going through those kind of things at the point in time in the world. We begging you use your office to help our people. Thank you very much.
All right, Henry, let's take 1 or 2 calls, and then we can call it a day. But I just want to hear what people will say for Liberia. If we can take 1 or 2 calls before we go, we almost all right. Are you there, Henry?
Zero 777-017-635 is the number to call, and they're going to be live. Make your input as it relates to the issue there in Ghana. 0777017-635. And for those of you that are following online, +231 777-017-635. You can also place in your call to that number, and then we're going to get you live here on the closing argument. 0777017-635 is the number to call to the very first caller. Let's get to the line. The line is already bursting with other calls. 0777017-635. To this caller. Hello. How are you, sir? Your name from where you join us?
My name is Stevie.
From Kesari Boulevard. Go ahead, 1 minute. Go ahead, make your point.
Okay, I do appreciate this and for the exposure on the people, but I don't know really, really happening to Liberians. I don't know what this government is not in the no block. Just have been a long time saying that at the last month. If the government was to intervene ever since Liberia, at this time people should have been. But Liberia is just that we are people that don't have that that wicked mind. So people just take advantage of. If you look in Liberia, you see Ghana men selling color, Ghana men selling water. All these things the people can see. Why must we treat someone? As a whole country you enjoy, but then decided to treat them badly within your country.
And one thing, thank you.
It's so sad. Let me get appreciated.
Thank you so much. They are in Liberia, like what he was saying. They are in Liberia. We are sharing the same equal right. It will interest you to actually know that Liberians, Ghanaians, we are in Liberia, and they're moving on. No humble. Everybody said, I come to hustle for my family. And it will be like explaining, and then you as a citizen for Liberia, you see reason. You say, yeah, there's a country that move on. Let's work together. Like for where I reside, we're having a Ghanaian there. We all do things. So I don't know why it's not happening to our people there. So it's actually heartbroken. So 0777017-635 is the number to call. They're gonna be live 1 minute per caller to this caller. Hello.
Yeah, hello, sir.
How are you, boss man?
Yeah, this is Bob Swan calling from Painesville.
Okay, sir. Go ahead 1 minute. Make your point.
Yeah, I want to thank you very much. You see, I will talk to.
Okay, talk so 1 minute.
Ghanaians, I want to say, Ghanaians, these people, they are very awful. They don't like people. They don't like people. If you went to Ghana, I don't went to Ghana. In fact, before you sell anything down there, for people come and buy it, except you speak down their tree. The people don't. I'm telling you, When it comes to you, so somebody telling you, the other person telling you to buy from you. When you can't reach the street, they pass by you. And it's even difficult for you to just get on that commercial market to sell. But you see, and it's not even Ghana. Our African countries around here, they tell how the people live. So living like that is so easy and just smooth. I don't know what can start this system. You see how the poor pooping into Liberia and they hear the living luxurious life. I am now going to, I'm going on with a campaign now. You will see our flyers, the paper, denounce all businesses in Liberia businesses, all those Ghanaian businesses. We're going to make sure discourage our people not to go to them and buy from them because that's what they're doing in their home. That's what they're doing in Ghana. Ask them about it from Ghana.
Okay, my brother, let's hold it. We'll get more calls coming. So we can.
They are wicked people.
Okay, thank you so much. 077701765 is the number to call, and they're going to be live here on the closing argument. They are wicked people. And one thing again, we're also interested to know that when you get most people building horse in Liberia, most time they will like to align with the Ghanaian. They say that the people they can ready build horse. So let me get one Ghanaian engineer who will help to build my horse. But I don't know what are some of these things also happen. There in Ghana, we say, okay, let's get this Liberian in for Ghana, let him build my horse. So you see all of these things. So what the question is, why we confide in them and they don't want to confide in us or treating us like the other way. Which of course we are from Africa. I don't know. So 077701765, please in your call, make your own point as it relates to the issue to this caller. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. How are you, sir?
Yes, I'm doing good, boss man. Your name from where you join us?
I am Sumo Kawale Kupi. I live in Johnsonville.
Okay, how's Johnsonville?
It's fine. I'm worried about the news I'm getting, but I thank God for the Spoon Radio and its panelists.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Yeah.
There's not Spoon. There's Truth FM.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, too.
Okay, go ahead.
But who pronounce this number?
Sorry?
077017635. Yes, someone call it.
There's Truth FM.
Yes. But I call it. Are you monitoring? Are you relaying the Spoon program?
This program has been relayed. We always producing a program, but today is a very special edition because we're having our brother and sister there in Ghana.
Yeah, but I want to call into yes.
There's a closing argument.
I don't know what you mean by closing argument.
Oh, but then you've been following. It's just 2 billion
No,
today.
I've been following. This is why I called.
Okay, forget about that. Go to the point. Make your point as it relates to the Ghana issue.
Okay, I'm sorry. This media. Okay, as I said, I'm Kawale Sumukupi. I was a refugee in Ghana before, and if you wouldn't mind, I'm throwing this as a challenge. I'm willing to volunteer to go there, even pay my own flight to go there and just volunteer. And if you have the means, I want if you can give me Saturn's number, because I've been struggling really to get into it. That's all I want to say. I want to say thank you so much for the program.
Okay, thank you so much. You want to go in Ghana? So just for clarity, there's not Spoon FM, right? There's Truth FM. This program comes your way from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But because of the situation that in Ghana, the panelists thought it was to bring a very special edition on Sunday to talk about the Ghana issue. So there's not Spoon FM, there's Truth FM. This program has been here since campaign period up to present. So 077701765. So don't call every time you want to say there's Spoon FM. No, we'll not keep correcting you saying one thing over again. We'll not be resigning on issues. So this caller, hello.
Yeah, hello. How are you? Good evening. How are you, my dear brother in studio?
Yes, sir. How are you? And you from where you join us?
I'm fine, thank God. This is Steven Bolly, and I'm calling from Chicken Soup Factory. I just want to tell you guys, thank you in studio there, making the situation with our brothers and sisters both in Ghana to be heard nationally and internationally. But I wanted to just give my own input. You have the UNHCR representative on the board, and we all know that UNHCR has certain responsibilities. Resettlement repatriation and reintegration. If these people, our people are refused to be repatriated, then they should be reintegrated into the Ghanaian society. If they are refused to be reintegrated, they should still be treated with that dignity. Let them help our people to bring them back our country. The government will contribute. The government will play this role. But it's UN responsible to bring our people. Our people not say when they start dying, while you on the ground will blame government. Yeah, government will come in. But UNHCR is responsible for the life of our people. And my suggestion, God bless you. And your poor mobile money no more in Liberia. And then all who can get $1,000 will send it there to save our people. Thank you. God bless you, Papa.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly. 02470 And another thing is, it will also interest you to know that some of these Ghanaians will come to Liberia and then get our sister as their wife, get children by them. But the interesting part is that they will not marry them. I don't care how many years they stay in Liberia, they will not marry them. At the end of the day, they will take all these children back to their country. But our sisters are dying for them.
Let me tell you the reason now. The reason why they don't marry them, because when the hatchment were our sisters, in their country, they are not allowed to marry other the tribes in the country people. So they don't want to marry our sisters. They just have children by them. And that's the reason why our sisters, they shouldn't be dating these men. But you know, love, you can't love.
Yeah,
it's love.
Love have no boundary. But I think you say that
that's it. And they were even both. They were even both.
Marrying a citizen, but will not accept the citizen marrying a foreign woman. That's just
yes. They were even both of them telling her, I got my family in Ghana, but I'm just here. So if you agree, and you will see, they will say, oh yeah, they will pay to them. Oh yeah, let's move on. So you see that they will move on, but at the end of the day, they will not be able to marry them. They will definitely. And when they're going back to Ghana, they'll tell you, I'm going back to my family. I'll be back. So it is optional to you now to stay or to leave, but you stay see our sister with patient. They will leave with them, wait for them to go back to Ghana, come back, and then where they stop, when they come back, they begin from there.
Yeah, and the thing is that the Ghanaians too, they disown their children. They will disown their sons, because I told you my father is Ghanaian. So my father was actually legally married to my mother. So his entire Ghanaian background disowned him because he was married to my mom and had 5 children with her. So they did not want him to be in their culture any longer because he was married to a Liberian woman. So that's the reason why those ones, when they come now, they don't want their family member to disown, and they will go out with these Liberian girls, and then later they will tell them, oh, you know, I got my woman in Ghana, and I was poor sisters then. Sometimes they don't even tell them from the beginning, because Liberian women too, they know their work. They will not even get that information later on now when the women start going out with them and say, oh, you know, I'm married in Ghana. By that time, they definitely having 2 or 3 children with them. So what can you do? So all those things then are what happening. But Ghanaians, they are not the nicest set of people. I will tell you a story before you take one more call or whatsoever, 2 more calls before we leave. When I was on Ghana refugee camp in 1996, 97, they had, I think, African Cup of Nations, one of those years. And they came on a refugee camp. The United Nations told them to get some Liberians to go and sell Coca-Cola on the refugee in town on the football field. So they went there, and people were putting their knees down, and they choose some who put our name, and how we went to the field to go sell the Coca-Cola. When I went to the field to sell the Coca-Cola, I saw the highest amount of Coca-Cola that year. So the Coca-Cola company, the manager was a white man from Germany. The people started looking for me. Said, who they get that saw the amount of soft drink on the field that day? So they found out on the refugee camp that had a brought me in time and started to interview me. They wanted me to work with Coca-Cola. So being that my last name is Ghanaian, they thought I was Ghanaian. The Ghanaians then they're now in the Coca-Cola. When they got me there, when I opened my mouth to speak, later they didn't know that I was Liberian. Why the white people didn't interview me, and for me, I can talk like her, and I'm able to represent myself. The people hire me on the spot. Now they got mad. They started speaking true to me. They asked me, oh, you're Ghanaian. I said, oh, my father is Ghanaian, but My mom is Liberian, I'm a Liberian, and my father lived all his life in Liberia, so I'm a Liberian. They got vexed, so they wanted me out of that job. But being that I'm able to sell, in fact, even here when I went to college, they told me to do marketing. My advisor said, Grace, please do marketing, but I didn't want to do marketing. But being the work what is told them you cannot let it get go. They put forward for me, so I ended up working in a Coca-Cola factory in Ghana. And when I easy on me, they were going the money, they would split their tree. In fact, sometimes they were even start praying to my desk how they wanted to fire me. I showed the put juju there, but it couldn't work because it wasn't. We used to pray on the camp. They had to say, what they go fire you can't down. So my prayers behind my back said, well, not easy. So they couldn't get rid of me. I worked there for 2 good years. I was able to save enough money. And then what I did was they were giving us Coca-Cola umbrella and the crates and tea and the table for people to sell. They get each employee 5. I took my 5 and I carried on Ghana refugee camp to my people there. I gave my sister 1 and I shared with the other older people that I thought I could sell Coca-Cola, getting 5 crates of Coca-Cola and for them to sell. And then I just telling you the struggle that they will put you through when you are in Ghana and you are not Ghanaian to be able to live in a society. I saw somebody on the comment here say, oh, but the Ghanaians in Liberia, they are not refugees. They are there making their life. They're making their life because the Liberian society allows them to make their life. We are not stopping them from working in a market. We are not stopping them from working in any company. We are not stopping them from being in the public sector. We are not stopping them from being in the private sector. So they're able to do that. In Ghana, they stop you from being in the public and the private. In fact, the refugee letter they get a put, they say the people are not allowed to work in the country. The people are not allowed to open businesses. When you can't even get market table in Ghana to sell. Once you open your mouth, you sound like a brain and you cannot speak tree. They will never allow you to be in the system. But God put me through that situation so we could discover who they were. And then when I got there was no way. When they called my name, they started speaking tree. I said, well, I'm not a Ghanaian, but like everybody now. But I was able to stand my ground because of the way I acted when it comes to my work. They couldn't get rid of me until it was time for me to go before I left there. And I made good money working there. I helped Liberians in the process, and I left when it was time for me to leave. So that's my story. Ghanaians, it's not easy to deal with it. So I know what people going through right now. Because we're on that camp, people that will tell you, they used to kind of to beat us on that camp, and certain time they told us to leave after we started to make the place a living place for people like we started working hard, building houses, opening shop, opening store. We started making sure we're bringing water. They wanted to take the place from us, and Liberians fought and fought, Liberians fought and fought and fought. So it's not just our business that Liberians been fighting, but it's not fair to us for our country to open the doors to y'all, and y'all can do anything in our country. And once you got the money, you can open business in our country. Why not give us that privilege to in your country? And that's the question we asking our government to ask them. Why are we not getting privileges in the country and they can have privilege in our country? That's the question.
Well said.
So that's it.
Well,
so,
yes. So that pretty much, guys. Let me say we'll continue the fundraiser. If you want to get some immediate water and rice to the camp for the folks who staying in the school, staying in the churches, we want to get some water and food for them. You can go to our cash app. It's the $TCA 250 $TCA 2500. We'll do this tomorrow as well on the show, but I want to thank all of you that join us, and hoping that folks will hear us in Liberia. I want to thank also the vice president for talking to the president about at least letting go another step to ensure that these people come home by May. I understand the promise. There are people who didn't want to come home at all. Now they are saying they are ready to go home. Really sad story, but there's nowhere like home. Grace, thank you so much for joining us today. I mean, taking on your time. I know today's Sunday. I got a lot to do. People waiting for me. But, I mean, we just wanted to showcase this. I told them, I promised them when I get back, I will ensure that we at least show this thing and bring it live to our people. But I want to talk about Grace. And Henry, thank you so much in studio. And for all of you that joined us today, guys, happy Sunday, happy new week, and God bless. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Join us again tomorrow at 4:30 for the closing argument. Again, our prayers and thoughts are with the speaker, Honorable J. Foneti Kofa. We are praying for you and praying for your family. Thank you.
And let me say, I want to say one more thing. If you are in Ghana and you're Liberian and you are living a good life in Ghana, try to go back to where on the refugee camp, where the people are, wherever they are right now. Try to go and lend a helping hand to them. Even if you just carry a sack of water, it will help them. Or even just a bag of rice, it will help them. Once you are in Ghana and everything's fine with you, you living, in the country there, and you're doing well. Think about your people, because they are suffering right now. They are in trauma, and we need to help them. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Benjamin Jonah. Go to the Cash App tonight. Let's help our brothers and sisters. You say you got a brother that camp. Seaman Wright. It's time to give. We ain't talking politics today, bro. Go there and donate to the Cash App. Let's buy some food. No politics. To all of you guys, the Cash App is there. Donate, and tomorrow we'll put it back up. At least by the end of the week, let's get some rice and water to our brothers and sisters in Ghana. Good to see everybody. And
thank you, guys.
Henry, take it from there. Bye-bye.
Henry, thank you so much for being in studio. Thank you. God bless you, Henry.
All right, guys. Take it from there.
And I'll tell you, on that note, 24 minutes, down 11 o'clock, here in Liberia. It has been very, very much fascinating, educative, and informative there on a special edition of the Closing Argument. Join the team on tomorrow, same time, same station. I wish they're going to be here. A team of panelists are going to be here on tomorrow. Many thanks to the team there at 2 FM 96.9 in Nima County, Sakopie. And the team there, Hot FM, that's you, Zeze Bara, 107.9 for relaying this program. And other feeder radio stations. So join on tomorrow. I wish I'm going to be at the same time. My name is Heron Jala. Bye-bye from my end.